So after you've chosen the subjects, then the audience. In here, it's pretty simple. For me, it's a trade publication. Show more fields. So this is something that I don't recommend you do unless you have a lot of time to add it. I've done theme as subjects before. It's basically another way to classify books. But in this case, I'm not going to do it. And a table of contents, that takes a long time to extract as well. As far as I know, this has not helped any of the books I published in the past when I've put in an entire table of contents, which for my books is actually pretty long. And the review quotes. Review quotes are different. If you have them available, like for instance from NetGalley or some other source, you could paste them in here. So actually I do have some NetGalley quotes and I might use them here for this one. And so like this is from NetGalley, paste it in here. They can format it a little bit. And then like that. Okay, title description. So you definitely need a description ready to go. So I have that ready to go. Just copy and paste it right in and do some formatting. So I have some bullets here. And then sometimes what I like to do is like bold important parts, like this is the revised second edition. Keywords. So I do have some keywords and I think I'm just going to reuse them. Yeah, so here are the keywords here. So basically, Ingram wants you to put semicolons between them instead of commas or spaces. So I'll format that the way they like it. See what other fields they have here. Short description. I think this is useful because I think when this book shows up in, for instance, Ingram iPage, it's not going to show the full description. It's just going to show the short one. So I do have one. And it's going to paste it right in. Note down here it says maximum 250 bytes. So that's not that much space at all. You can see these two sentences, it's only 139 bytes. So that's not a lot of space. So it has to be really succinct. I like using this because I think it shows up in more places. So there we go there. Okay, this is where we get into the technical parts of the book. Select trim size. So this is a 6x9 book, black and white, 70-pound paper. Binding is paperback, and there's only one option for paperback at Lightning Source, perfect bound. And then gloss or matte. I'm going to do gloss. So, kind of sums it up here. Additional book information, duplex enabled. No, that means basically printing on the inside cover. I'm not doing that. Page count, I believe it's 104. Let's just check. Yep, it is 104. So just put that in. Market, United States. This is about Social Security. It has no relevance to anybody in any other country, pretty much. So it's showing me the print cost per books, $4.14. I just like to mention here that Ingram POD, print on demand, is actually far more expensive now than Lightning Source. And the interesting thing to me is 10 years ago, they were almost on par. So Ingram's costs have really gone down while Ingram's costs have really gone up while Amazon's have gone down. I'm not sure the reason for that. I wouldn't put it past Amazon to be basically kind of losing money deliberately just to take market share. But for whatever the reason, if you print copies through Ingram Lightning Source, you'll pay basically about 30% more than the comparable cost on Amazon if you're using Amazon KDP. So print pricing, $14.99 for this title. Wholesale discount, I don't want to get a lot into this, but basically I never do the standard retail requirements for a printed book. And here's my thinking here. I've done it before where I've discounted 55% returns, yes, and then sometimes some retailer would order like 2 cartons of books and then return them and just totally wipe out my profit for a couple months. So I'm just not doing that anymore. I accept that some retailers will never touch my book, but there's other companies or organizations that will buy from Ingram, and they will buy it if it's 40% discount, and even if it's not returnable. And that's the customer that I want. 45 compensation. One thing I'd like to mention about this is basically the same as it's been for my books for the past 10 years on Ingram. The compensation or the royalty that I get from Ingram has not increased at all, and it wouldn't be possible unless I really jacked up the prices. And the prices of the books have been going up. So I think this compensation, the fact that it's remained static, has not increased with inflation, that reflects the fact that the printing costs have gone up significantly since I started using Ingram Lightning Source. I'm not going to put in prices from any other markets because, as I said, this is Social Security. It has nothing to do with UK or Australia or Brazil or whatever. So then you have to accept that. I understand that selecting the no return option means that retailers cannot return copies of my books to Ingram. This will limit the likelihood that bookstores will purchase your title. I'm okay with that. Title promotion code. So I do have a title promotion code. By the time you watch this video, this promotion code will no longer be available because it's basically on a monthly basis. And that's what I'm using. Yes. Enable look inside the book. I want customers to be able to review the book before they get it, and we produce a good book, so I'm confident with that. No for those. Publication date. So I'm going to choose May the 1st. Show more fields. I don't have an on sale date. This is for retailers who might want to make the book officially available for sale on April the 1st, and then start selling on. Publication starts on May the 1st, and then on sale starts later. I'm not doing that. Special instructions, no. And that's, by the way, that relates to the proof orders. And I do proof orders sometimes, but because I've already done the proofs through Amazon, I'm not going to get one through Ingram because they take a long time. They cost a lot of money. And by this point, I'm pretty familiar with the differences between Ingram and Amazon POD. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So select how you'd like to deliver your print interior files. I don't believe that people still deliver CDs or hard copies, but I think almost everybody does a file upload. I have my interior files ready to go. So here it is. Actually, take a look at it. And you can see I have the file ready to go. This has already been gone through multiple stages of editing. And also, as I said earlier, I already have the proof from Amazon. So this is ready. So I'm going to drag over this file. Note that the file name has the ISBN and TXT. Ingram used to have this requirement for the interior and the cover files. They no longer do, but I just do it anyways. And then the cover, same deal. Here's the cover. By the way, the cover was made by TLC Book Design, working with not only the template that I use for all of the books for my company, but also the Ingram blank cover templates that you can download off the internet. I have another video about that. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to drag it right over. And at this point, I'm going to ready to continue. One thing that I should note is that the checking process is a lot better than it used to be. Before, whenever I uploaded a new file, I'd get all of these messages about, the print quality for the quality of the images in this interior file are 600 dpi and it only needs to be 300 dpi, or just all these little messages about tiny little quality errors. And usually the quality that I included was better than it had to be according to Ingram standards, but it was just kind of irritating. I think it slowed down things and it caused confusion, of course, for some publishers who are like, hey, what's the matter with this? This is a high quality file. So they've really streamlined that, and there's a lot less errors. And you can see your content files have no errors. That's great. So here's the information about the book. It's going to have another confirmation. Basically, I have to wait until it says it's okay. I authorize Lightning Source to establish the titles in its database, and I agree that the selections I made are correct and final. Yep, I'm good with that. It should give me a confirmation message shortly, and we're good. Your title submission was successful. Anyways, I hope this video helped. If it did, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Check the show notes for more links that may be helpful if you're an independent publisher. Thank you so much for watching.